This is the Silver and Golden Gate ritual. Back in 2001, Year of the Snake, on the 11th day of the 9th month of the Gregorian calendar, a spectacle happened in the city of New York. This event broke the hearts and traumatized the minds of millions of the American population. Now, behind all the noise, if you look closely, past all the propaganda and emotional static, you could see this was a large-scale ritual. This was the Silver Gate ritual. This ritual, at the least, was a prana harvesting event by the dark sorcerers. This was the symbolic destruction of Boaz, one of the pillars to the Temple of Solomon. If you are new to this concept of dark magicians manipulating the world, and it is under a conglomerate of spells, these sorcerers use Gemantria, an alphanumeric language hidden within the code of the matrix. They use astrology and astrological alignments and positions of the luminaries for what happens in the sky happens in this realm, whereas above, so below. They use mythology, which is what tarot is. It was created from all the constellations and the stories and symbolism based inside of them. This is still astrology, but it is more complex. Each constellation holds an archetype and a story that has a vast symbolic image. This is where they acquired the concept of the tarot cards and the major arcana. These are, in my opinion, the archons. Each one of these archetypes are complex symbology that hold the dynamic energy of each constellation that they correspond to. They have been embedding these archetypes in stories, and possibly all books, TV shows, movies, and anything they can get us to pay attention to. Now, how do they use these to cast spells? So this realm reflects what happens in the sky, as I said, as above, so below. The luminaries hold high power creation energy that expands a thread of etheric frequency that connects to each person and living being. Down here, each star represents a living being in this realm, and the threads of etheric frequency connects everything. So as the gears of the luminaries move around the sky, everything here spins around in its corresponding path. This, in fact, creates the fabric of reality of the matrix. The fabric already has the alphanumeric coding from God, and it flows in unison with the stars in heaven. So when these magicians orchestrate rituals, they synchronize multiple aspects of the characters and locations involved with Gemantria and various other synchronicities, coding astrological movements, dates, and times. As they broadcast these events to the masses, for that is the most important part, because everyone's attention, energy, charge, subconscious, and manifests a story. So it is powerful enough to overlay the coding to be wove into the fabric of reality. The more people that believe and think about the specific event and give emotions to the event, like sadness, anger, fear, and or hate, this builds a powerful etheric sigil because it is held and incubated in the minds and the hearts of the public. This makes the people that give these spells consent by actually believing in them. They force the people into manifesting it into reality. The most important ingredient are the people for these rituals. And it is ironic because they are also the victims that the ritual is being aimed at. So let me explain Jachin and Boaz. These are the pillars of the Temple of Solomon, and you may have seen them in display in pictures of Masonic temples or occult Masonic artwork. Though the misconception about these pillars is that they are actually real matter, or were actually reality at the entrance of Solomon's temple. I'm here to tell you the true meaning and symbolism about these. For there are many people that take the stories in the Bible as literal, true historical events, when in reality they are myth-filled with hidden allegories. Now Jachin and Boaz, pillars to Solomon's temple, represent the red shift, blue shift, the feminine and masculine, the right and the left, and the sun and the moon. Amongst other things, each one is represented either by the sun or the moon and their energies that correspond with them. Now here, the kicker, Solomon's temple, Solomon, Sol, Sun, Mon, Moon. The pillars are the sun and the moon. Solomon's temple is the pillars. The sun and the moon are the pillars that hold up reality. Reality is Solomon's temple. They're also the pillars that hold up your mind, because as within, so without. Reality is Solomon's temple. The Masons display the pillars on each side of the black and white duality checkerboard floor that our realm or matrix is a reality of. Duality and the pillars are the sun and the moon, the main energy systems of our matrix or reality of this realm. The symbolic message is, through balance, the world stands firm. And the temple architecture symbolized in the pillars are not structural, and that is key. These are etheric and symbolic. They support the inner world as within, so without. Twin towers symbolize Boaz. The destruction creates the gate within the mind and the ether. The Golden Gate, symbolizing Jachin, is actually the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. There has been a large amount of evidence pointing towards this to be the next event. Now here I'm going to show you some dates I have found. So the Golden Gate Bridge opened on Thursday, it was Thor's Day, Day of Jupiter, May 27th, 1937, 5/27/1937. To the date of September 11th, 2001, Tuesday, the day of Mars, God of War. We have 64 years, 3 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days. There you have the 322, the Skull and Bones Code, the Brotherhood of Death, and George W. Bush was the president at that time who was a Skull and Bones member. Now if you take the opening day of the Golden Gate to the day of Charlie Kirk event, you have 32249 days. Another 322. And 49 is an inverted 64, which we had the 64 years in front of the 322 and on September 11th. You also get the 88 years with the Charlie Kirk event connecting to the Trump. Also, the opening of the Golden Gate Bridge, which would be 5 plus 27 plus 19 plus 37 is another 88. The date of the opening of the Golden Gate Bridge. This Trump equals 88 in the ordinal cipher. So, the next Super Bowl, February 8th, 2026, will be in San Francisco. and will still be in the year of the snake, as was September 11th. It was in the year of the snake. It will also be 47 Mars years old from that date, from the opening of the Golden Gate Bridge to the Super Bowl on February 8th. And 47 is a connection to Trump too. Now, this date in Trump is the 47th president, and 47 has been code lately in this year of the snake, tying to lots of different things. Also, the opening of the date of the bridge has 218 days left in the year from May 27th, 1937. And the bridge collapse has the 128 code in it. Now, it doesn't matter when you're running alphanumeric code, as long as the same numbers are in the pattern, doesn't matter which order. But if it matches the order, then it just brings more corresponding energy to it. Now, these are just a few codes I found in this. There are hundreds more. You can check out Decoding with Kodi. He has 3 different videos on the Golden Gate Bridge. It just shows how much alphanumeric coding that is pointing to this. It also shows things about the Back to the Future movie, which has a lot of different symbolism, tying and showing evidence of 9/11 before it happened, and Trump's presidency. And I'll put this info in the description. Thank you. Have a great day.